This is Note-Taking Guide 2.4, Interpreting Stock Market Data Chart, and this is for mathematical decision making for life class. So really what we're doing today is we're looking at what a stock market chart would look like if we were looking at it in the newspaper or on the internet site for the stock market. And there's lots of different things that we need to know about it. The important stuff goes down the columns like this. So here's our 52-week high, 52-week low, the stock's name, its symbol, dividend, yield, price per earnings ratio, volumes in hundreds, the high, the low, the close, and the change. So what we need to know is what those numbers and stuff actually mean. So here's the definitions for each one of these. The 52-week high and 52-week low is the highest and the lowest prices of the stock traded over the previous 52 weeks or for an entire year, and typically does not include the previous day's trading. So this is really a 365-day look at what the stock did. So if it's positive number, it's going to be the highest number is positive, meaning that it was always above 0 in that. We wouldn't typically go negative on that because it would be the cost of the stock or the value of the stock, and we typically wouldn't go negative on the 52-week high or 52-week low on that. So then again, the 52-week low would be the lowest value that stock had over a year's time, so 365 days worth of time there. So that's what the 52-week high and the 52-week low is. The stock is the name of the company. So when you look right here, this is just the name of the company. So Widgets or Shenco, ABC Inc., those are the names. The symbol, if you're reading over here, it says the ticker symbol, the 3-letter symbol that identifies the stock. So it's the 3 letters that would go across the screen at the stock market that would tell you that would be the stock that you would want to buy for certain companies. The DIV right here, that stands for dividend. That's the dividend per share. It's the estimate of the anticipated yearly dividend per share in dollars and cents. So that means that right here they would be paying $1.75, and here they would be paying $2.70 in dividends. If there's not a number there, that would be assumed that there is no dividend paid, meaning they're not going to pay dividends for their stock. Okay, to keep reading along here, we're going to skip next to price per earnings on our chart here. It says price per earnings ratio shows the relationship between a stock's price and the company's earnings. We're going to learn how to do the price per earnings ratio later, but that's what that PE stands for. And then here on this one right here, that yield, the yield, we don't have the yield on here as definitions. That's interesting. But the yield is very similar to the price per earnings ratio, and I'm going to show you how to define that later on. Other things to know about here, the VOLs, that is the total number of shares traded for the entire day. You would add 2 zeros to that to get the number listed of number of actual stocks that was traded. The high and low is the price range at which the stock was traded throughout the day. So that's a daily high and a daily low for the stock is what it is. Close is where your stock ended up on the previous day. So when it closed on the day, if its closing price is up or down for 5%, then the previous day, the entire listing for that day is bold-faced. Geez, I'm having a hard time. Anyways, so the close is the last trading price recorded when the market closed on the day. And then the last one, net change, is the change in stock price from the previous day's closing price in dollars. When the net change is positive, it's recorded as being up for the day. So really what we're doing is we're going to use one of those charts today to help us just kind of answer some questions about some different stocks. So our first question right here says, what stock had the highest close value? So I'm going to go look at the close value, and I'm just going to pick the stock that had the highest close value. The highest close value is $76.40. That stock would be Shenco. So my answer here will be Shenco. All right, next question over here. Using the 52-week and the 52-week high and the 52-week low, which means I'm looking at these numbers over here. Which stock had the biggest change in value over the year? So what I would actually have to do is I would have to subtract those to see which stock had the biggest change. It's fairly simple to see that right off the top. Those two have the furthest amount of difference between the two numbers. So it's going to be Schenco again on the biggest change. It actually asks you to find the change in those deductions or in those differences. So now we're just going to use our calculators and we're going to subtract those two numbers. So if I do the two numbers, so 96.45, and I'm going to subtract from that 63.55, and the amount of change is $32.90. So my answer for how much is $32.90. All right, the next question says, which stock had the highest value in the past 52 weeks? So I'll be looking at those 52-week high and lows again. I want the highest value there. The highest value again is Schenco because it's $96 while the other ones are $20 and $59. Which stock had the largest yield? Well, when we come and look at yield, the bigger number out of the two is 3.5. So again, it's Schenco. I don't know about you guys, but I think if I were to guess an answer today, it would be Schenco. I was kind of looking that way. The next question says, how much of a dividend payment does Widgets pay? Well, when you look at dividend and Widgets, that's a big fat nothing there. So we're just going to put none. They don't pay a dividend. And then that last part says, what company has the highest price per earnings ratio? So look for the price per earnings ratio list. The highest number there is the top one, 20.9, and that is the ABC company. So that would be my answer there. All right, so that's kind of just a quick rundown on how to read those. You guys, good luck on your homework. If you have any questions, come see me.